Story on the high seas. Captain Brown Trousers. Have you heard the story?
No.
Of the captain who sailed the high seas? Who conquered many men? Who plundered and destroyed many ships on the ocean? Would you like to know the story of Captain Brown Trousers? The Brown Trousers! Brown Trousers! Okay. Let me tell you.
Okay, please do.
Settle in.
We're setting.
One gloomy, rainy, thunderous night on the high seas, Captain Brown Trousers woke from a dreary old whiskey nap, and he comes out onto the deck. What's going on? And the boy in the crow's nest says, Captain, I see a Spanish ship on this high seas. It's out on the horizon. Do you see? And he says, give me my glass. Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So he calls the men to the deck. He says, lower the mast, prime the cannons. We have a battle. And so they prime the cannons. They lower the mast. And the wind picks up. It's sweeping across the high seas. The waves are crashing. The boat is rocking. Everybody is lit. Energy is high. And people are concerned. The Spanish Armada have conquered many people. They have plundered many ships. Now they're coming for Captain Brown Trousers. And so they come, and the captain says, fetch me my red coat. And so they fetch the red coat. They lay it on his shoulders. He dresses up nice and strong, stable in the face of his enemy. And battle occurs. They fire. They plunder. People jump ship. People over ship. All sorts of mayhem and havoc and death. Much death. But Captain Brown Trousers comes out victorious. And so they celebrate. So much rum. So much plunder. Can you imagine? The gold, the silver, the chalices, the necklaces, the beauty of the Spanish riches. And so that night they sleep well. No one in the crow's nest. The sails are tucked away. The ocean is calm again. And the moon is high. But as soon as the moon dumps behind the horizon and the sun comes up again, there's another ship on the horizon. And so the crew rustles out of bed and they get active. And they say, Captain, another ship. We are not done. We have another battle at hand. He says, fetch me my red coat. And so he puts his red coat on and he stands high on the bow of the ship, looking out at the horizon. And he deems this another victory before a fire is given. Before the resonance of the cannon is heard, they are confident. And yes, they are victorious. They conquer the Spanish. They plunder their ships. They throw them overboard. And sharks and whales and all sorts of beasts of the ocean. And Nessie somehow comes out of the water and celebrates with Captain Brown Trousers. And so the ship is alive. They're shooting off cannons in victory, resounding across the high seas. And that night, the young boy in the crow's nest says, Captain, I have a question. What is it about the red coat? Why is it so victorious every time you wear the red coat? And he says, you know, whenever a man is wounded, this is the perfect disguise. The enemy does not know I am shedding blood or that I have been scarred or wounded or maimed or injured in the slightest, and thus my men fight valiantly. And that night, the young man thought, what a perfect disguise. No one can tell. And yet our captain lives on. How does he survive? It is such a mystery. And that next morning, again, they arise. But this time there are 10 ships of the Spanish Armada on the horizon.
They're gonna die.
And the boy comes down and he says, Captain, There's 10 ships on the horizon. You must fetch your red coat. And the captain looks, and lo, he looks grievous and dreary. And he says, I cannot wear my red coat. You must fetch me my brown trousers.